Also, Dr. Ntifon FNSC, please, you're welcome to this World Press Conference.
Thank you. Great pleasure
also
being here.
welcome
Thank you.
Engineer Edith Ichidi, my madam. You're welcome to the World Press Conference for 2026 World Press Conference.
Thank you so much.
Also welcome the Vice Chairman of the Abuja Chapter of Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, Engineer Simeon Aneke. Engineer Simeon, you're welcome. Please, we have people.
Thank you so much, IPC.
With different names. Please, I want you to please rename your device so that we can recognize you the right way. We also have Engineer T. Juson Aworinde. Engineer Aworinde, please, you're welcome. My National Secretary of Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, Yusuf Mojalagbe, you're welcome to this event. And then please, we still have one person that not please rename your device so that we can recognize you properly. So thank you everyone for joining. So we'll go straight to the national anthem. After the national anthem, we'll call on the National Secretary to for a welcome remark. So please, National Secretary, just take notes. Immediately after the national anthem, you will come on with the welcome remark for this event. So let's be upstanding even as we take the national anthem. National anthem. The national anthem, let's take it 1, 2. Stanza 1, we take stanza 1 as our national anthem. 1, 2, go. Nigeria, we hail thee. Our
native land, though tongue and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, so I'm proud to serve in brotherland.
Take the stanza of the national prayer. 1, 2, go.
O God of
all creation, grant this
grant
our
us
one request. Help us to build a nation, let your man be oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria with Amen. I'll invite the National Secretary. This is for welcome remarks. So, up to you, sir, National Secretary. Engineer Yusuf, please, you can unmute yourself for the welcome remark. Engineer Yusuf? Engineer Yusuf?
Engineer Yusuf Majolagbe.
Engineer Yusuf, please, the opening remark.
Yusuf Majolagbe. Hello. Yusuf Majolagbe.
Okay, so if
Engineer Yusuf Majolagbe.
Okay, so while things is over, I think the assistant is on site. Our assistant, Engineer Benjamin Amalikolo, can do that in the absence of the National Secretary. We would bring him up as soon as he connects to us. So please, I'll hand over to the National Assistant Secretary.
Okay, good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon. Distinguished senior colleagues who are online. Good afternoon, the National of Nigerian Institute of Environmental Engineers. The Mathematics branch, NSC Mathematics branch chairman, you're welcome. I welcome everyone, all the distribution members of the Institute of Environmental Engineers to this year 2026 World Environment Day press conference being organized by the National Environmental Engineers. And I want to appreciate your patience for the past an hour. This commission is supposed to start by 11 o'clock, it's starting by 12. So I want to appreciate everyone who have waited for an hour. This is going to be a memorable press conference. And we're all joined and going to spread the news. The theme of this year is urbanization and climate change, building resilience. And I know the national chairman is prepared to send the message to the world. So I welcome you once and a million times as we listen. You're welcome. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Okay, thank you, my National Assistant Secretary, National Assistant Secretary of the Nigerian Institution of Professionals, Engineer Benjamin R. Malikolo, FNSC, FIEE. In the brief just set the tone, here, the National Assistant Secretary has actually mentioned the theme for this event, for this press conference, which is urbanization and climate change, building resistant cities for a sustainable future. We know climate change is a hot topic nowadays, it's actually on the hot burner, and every one of us actually have seen the effects of climate change in one way or the other. Like it or not, climate change is actually affecting us as a country. We know the issue with the farmers' header. Before now, we were not hearing it, but because of the increase of desertification in the northeast and the northern part of Nigeria, it has come home, and then we'll have a lot of clashes and a lot of things, food insecurity, and a lot of things. All this can be attributed to climate change issues. All this can be attributed to climate change issues. And we also okay, so all this can be attributed to climate change issues. And then when we're building cities, how do we build cities that are resistant? How do we build cities that will withhold the effects of climate change? We have one major project in Nigeria, which is the Lagos-Kaduna Coastal Highway. And unfortunately, some months back, we heard that that major road was flooded. It means climate change was not considered when that project was being planned and even in the implementation of the project. So without even saying much, I will go straight to the national chairman to give his press conference where he will talk more on urbanization, he will talk more on climate change, and he will also tell us as a body, he will tell us as a nation what we need to do to build resistant cities for a sustainable future. So I'll invite the national chairman now for his press conference. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I wish to recognize a very special way all of this online, and also and also what's topic? I talk about it. Set it so that I can join up. Okay. You'll see the I want to, in a very special way, recognize my branch, NSC branch chairman of my Tama branch, Engineer Thomas Tiro, FNSC, FNRD, a fellow of this great institution. I want to also recognize my dear National Assistant Secretary, Engineer Ben Amamide, FNSC, FNRD. Ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests here, as we celebrate our World Environment Day and Week, it's my honor to sit before you today as the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers. As we go through our activities for this week, this year we convene under the theme climate change. So as an institution, we are focusing on the critical sub-theme of urbanization and climate change, building resilient cities for a sustainable future. So, sorry for that. So as we gather to reflect on the pressing environmental challenges of our time, we recognize that urbanization is one of the defining mega trends of our era. Cities around the world are growing at an unprecedented rate. However, this brings opportunities for economic growth and development. However, this rapid urbanization also poses a significant risk, especially in the context of climate change. In Nigeria, for example, we're witnessing the dual challenge of a booming urban population and adverse impact of climate change, such as increased flooding. We're having rising temperatures. We're having threats to infrastructure and livelihood. Our cities are engines of our economy. And so we must adapt to these challenges to remain sustainable and resilient. But for us to achieve this resilience, we need innovative solutions for resilient urban systems and development. We in NIEE, with the Nigerian Institute of Environmental Engineers, understand the importance of innovative solutions that integrate engineering, environmental stewardship, and community engagement. Our role is not only to address today's challenges and needs, but to pave the way for a sustainable future. Our development must be sustainable. Our civilization must be sustainable. Our cities are growing at an average of 4% per year. It's even more than that, some cities in Nigeria. But the drains, the waste systems, energy grids, are they growing at the same rate? Were they designed for a different climate or a smaller population? That is why resilience is not a luxury, it's a survivor. We as an institution promote innovative solutions. Why? You see, for example, we have been laying concrete. We have been pouring concrete, casting here and there for 50 years. Yet, flood still displaces families in our cities and villages every day. You see, so innovation means three things for an environmental engineer. For an environmental engineer, innovation means to design differently, use nature-based solutions, such as wetland that can clean water, urban forests that cool streets, permeable pavements that can drink our rain instead of cause flooding. These are innovations that developed world are already adopting. For an environmental engineer, we need to think, innovation means to think digitally. We need sensors in our drain that warn us before flood. We need GIS mapping of illegal dumps. In fact, we need apps that can track waste trucks in real time. For us again, innovation means to finance differently. The point is that today, waste to energy pays for itself. There should be green bonds for city drainages. We should see more PPPs, the public-private partnership, in action. A public partnership that rewards performance and not just construction. If you look at our cities today, you see evidence of infrastructure that are not resilient. Despite our drainage structures, cities like Makurdi still flood when it rains. Kano still faces heat that kills. And Lagos still spends billions evacuating waste that will power homes. Port Harcourt still flake gas when residents still buy fuel for their generator. You see, these are not three separate problems. Drainage, sanitation, energy are part of our urban system. When one fails, it seems as if all fails. And the climate change is currently stress testing every weakness we have in our infrastructure. So for us in the NIEE, innovation is not a buzzword. For us, it's an engineering that works under pressure. Because the pressure of our growing population and climate change. So for us, we must have resilient urban systems. As I said earlier, When we have sensors in our drains that warns up before the flood, when we have permeable roads that soaks water, and urban wetland that cools our streets and cleans our storm water, then we can say we have a resilient urban system. Again, when we have solar mini grids for water works so that pump can run when grid fails, when we have waste to energy plant that clean dumps and light estates, when we end gas flaring by capturing it for power, we can rightly say that we have a resilient urban system. This week, we celebrate the World Environment Day today, and we have been holding various activities. It's a week-long celebration that presents an invaluable opportunity for us to raise awareness and initiate action that can contribute to building resilient cities across Nigeria. So through the series of activities we have planned for this week, we aim to promote sustainable practices that can fortify our urban areas against the impact of climate change. We are taking on several key initiatives throughout this week, including community awareness across our chapters. We have different chapters across the country, and we have been taking on community awareness. This involves workshops, seminars that educate communities about sustainable urban practices and the importance of resilience to our climate impacts. We're having also tree planting drives, like Makurdi chapter had yesterday. We organize this tree planting event in various urban cities, recognizing the critical role of green spaces in mitigating climate effects. We're also looking at undertaking sustainable urban development projects. Our institution is ready to collaborate with national, state, and local government to propose and implement projects that enhances urban resilience, such as improved drainage system and green infrastructure. We're also engaging throughout this week with stakeholders. We encourage forums that bring together community members, policymakers, and engineers to discuss and develop actionable plans for urban sustainability. So as engineers and environmental advocates, we are called to action. The responsibility to build our cities that is resilient to climate change lies with all of us. We must all join hands to advocate for smart urban planning, sustainable resource management, and community involvement in decision making, especially in providing infrastructure that works. So we make bold to advocate and recommend the following actions and projects to be undertaken towards building a resilient city for a sustainable future by the environmental scientists, engineers, activists, government bodies, non-governmental organizations, and other environmental enthusiasts. Let us all get involved in these community awareness campaigns. More options are needed, but more actions are needed more. But we should never get tired of this campaign, because the more we talk, the more people will hear us on our message on urban sustainability, climate change adaptation, and environmental protection. We recommend infrastructure projects through tree planting in urban areas to enhance our green cover in our cities, improve our air quality, and mitigate urban heat. Also, by promoting projects like complete green roofs and walls to improve insulation and reduce urban heat islands. Thirdly, We advocate for sustainable transportation initiative by provision of more bikes and pedestrian pathways in our city. We advocate for the development of safe cycling paths and pedestrian walkways to encourage non-motorized forms of transportation, which causes carbon footprint in our communities. We encourage public transportation awareness by governments and adequate public transportation infrastructure, and also by educating citizens on the benefits of public transportation and work with state and local government to improve and promote efficient public transportation system. Because efficient public transport system will reduce private vehicles flooding our cities and polluting our air. Introduction of electric vehicle also will reduce our carbon footprint. We also advocate for urban resident assessments. It's not enough to talk. We need to conduct studies to assess the vulnerability of our urban areas to climate change and natural disaster, followed by implementation of resilient building measures. We need to engage with our local communities to understand their need and develop tailored solutions that enhances their resilience to climate impacts. Again, on the area of waste management, we need a sustainable waste management project by establishing programs to promote recycling and proper disposal of our waste material, thereby reducing landfill use and promoting circular economy principle. Also, workshop and training on upcycling of waste material into useful products to foster creativity and reduce waste can be undertaken. We also recommend smart city initiatives. By this, we mean the use of data analytics and smart technologies to improve our urban planning and resource management. We encourage, for this to be realized, we encourage public-private partnership that will ensure collaboration between government, private sector, NGOs to drive innovation required to achieve urban resilience projects. Because only government cannot achieve this. The second recommendation is climate adaptation and mitigation projects. We as an institution advocate for flood mitigation projects through construction of sustainable drainage systems and green infrastructure to manage stormwater and reduce flood risks across our urban areas. We are ready to support any initiative aimed at improving energy efficiency in public buildings and private homes, such as retrofitting for better insulation and renewable energy installations in our homes. Eighth is that we look forward with collaboration with educational institutions through student engagement program that will involve our students in sustainable projects and also promote research and community service regarding urban resilience. We need to see more competitions and organize for our students at a large scale to develop innovative solutions addressing urban challenges related to climate change. Again, we advocate for participatory urban planning initiative. We are open and we are ready to facilitate such dialogue involving local residents, business owners, government officials to foster an inclusive decision-making on urban planning process. Even young people can be engaged in the discussion and activities around urban resilience, empowering them to take active role in their communities. Finally, as an institution, we do not only recommend what others should do, but we are putting our money where our mouth is. And we as an institution is preparing a white paper on low carbon aggregates and material for Nigerian infrastructure. a roadmap we are setting for between this year to 2030. It's a technical paper that is meant to address the current carbon footprint of aggregates, cement, haulage in Nigeria. This will look into case studies of recycled concrete, aggregates, and quarry waste utilization, local materials, and address common barriers such as cost, standard, and contractors' capacity. We believe strongly that our recommendations from this white paper or from this exercise is expected to be used to update the standard organization of Nigerian standards and to include recycled content allowances, provide incentive for low carbon material use in public procurement, and provide a foundation for pilot projects that our government agencies like FEMA, the Federal Ministry of Works, and even the state governments can use to carry out. We believe that this white paper can contribute immensely towards the 2030 targets and the key performance index for the sector, construction industry. In conclusion, I want to invite all of us, members of NIE, environmental enthusiasts here, the engineering family, policy makers, government agencies, community leaders, and all citizens to join us in this endeavor. Together, I believe we can champion a sustainable urbanization that not only protects our environment, but fosters economic prosperity and enhances the quality of life for us Nigerians. I thank you for being here. Thank you for your attention. Let us work hand in hand to create a resilient city for sustainable future. It is possible. It is possible. And I repeat again, it is not far-fetched if only we work together to make a difference. Thank you, gentlemen of the press and their members. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome, our national chairman. Well done.
Thank you, everyone, joining online. I want to give room for so I want to give room for comments and goodwill messages by the distinguished invited guests, both present and online. I think I'll start with the one present, and to give the goodwill message, I'll invite the chairman of Maitama branch, the Dignity branch, the #1 branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers from Good Dynamics. I'm not the one saying it, at least from Good Dynamics. You can testify to the goodwill message. Up to you, sir.
My chairman, sir. Chairman. National Secretary. All the escorts president, invited guests, the press, ladies and gentlemen. Today is another great day in the life of NIW, the day that set aside to mark the World Environmental Day. The very heavy subtopic, we resilient cities for sustainable future. I think it's a time that all of us, Nigerian citizens, should think around to work together so we can combat the war of flooding, the menace of society that actually threaten the lives and properties of this nation. Today, the national chairman has spoken and given a wonderful press conference. And I think this wipe has come out. Let's work together, supporting the institution so that Nigeria will be a good place. What we see outside Nigeria, what we see in the US, what we see in London, what we see in Canada, Mexico, China, it can also be done in this country. So let's each person that the to hear us today should be able to be a champion in his own yard, his own community, his own space, his own house, that all drainages are not blocked because of flooding. And ensure if you are an engineer, if you're a civil engineer, if you're a structural engineer, ensure that your designs take your environmental impact assessment so that as you do it, where flood will be actually erased. I know now that the minister has said the concrete pavement, which should be strongly supported by this our movement, that those concrete pavement that they are friendly to rain, water friendly, and that also avoids a lot of flooding and stagnation of water around the rest of the road. And by the time we do that, I think it's a good thing that this topic come at this time. I really complain that with the cooperation of everybody, Nigeria will be a good place. Congratulations once again, my chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, my chairman, the human rights, almost be told. I want to now give room for those online. Does anybody have any goodwill message, any contribution to the well articulated speech? I think I'll take just 3 questions and then 1 minute each so that we can continue with the other aspects of this press conference. So please, if you want to say something, I want you to just raise your hand so that I will see you from here and I'll be able to call you up. Does anybody?
Hello.
Okay, so I have 3 questions, 3 answers. Oh, I have our Vice Chairman Engineer OES Ajani. After him, I'll take the Vice Chairman of NSC Abuja branch, as Engineer Oliver Uchechukwu Eze, and after that, I'll take Engineer Edith Ichidi. So 3. Number 1 is Engineer OES Ajani, FNSC. Then second is Engineer Oliver. Then third will be Engineer Edith Ichidi. Please, let's stick to the 1 minute so that we can continue the program. Thank you. Please, over to you. You can unmute yourself and talk. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, NIE family. My name is Engineer Olalekan Emeka Sulaiman Ajani, fellow Nigerian Soil Engineers and fellow Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, the 12th national chairman of this institution. My protocol goes thus. I appreciate my national chairman. He's doing a wonderful job. I greet all the ESCOs for packaging this program together. All the past national chairmen, those that are on the platform here and those that are actually listening to us or expecting us to come and report to them, in particular, the chairman board of trustee and the chairman board of fellow. I equally greet all the fellows and members of NIEE, our student body, NIESA. Today is a special day. The member of the press and the ladies and gentlemen that are friends of the environment. While I'm greeting everybody, I have 2 contributions to question. The first one is that yesterday was our meeting at Ikeja branch, and I throw a poster to the chairman of Ikeja branch, and I sent that message to the NSC ESCO's council that how do we distinguish between what the division should be doing and what the branches should be doing in NSC so that we are not overlapping activities. I know division should be the center of professional development, while the branches should be the center of bringing all the engineers together socially and membership welfare, so to speak. But the branches are taking over gradually the work of the divisions. So how can we distinguish and settle that? The second one is for NIE directly among the divisions. What should distinguish us from other professionals in the environment. We are engineers. Recently, one of our past chairmen suggested, that is the immediate past chairman of Board of Fellows, and the past chairman, I think is the fifth past chairman of this NIEE, suggested that NIE should take up the issue of toilet open defecation and toilet monitoring of the hospitals or hotels. And I want to suggest that NIE can start that from now. We can say in each of the states, Lagos State, we can collaborate with Ministry of the Environment and say one particular hotel, we want to monitor them, how they are disposing their waste products, solid waste, liquid waste, how they are maintaining their toilets. And I think Lagos State government be willing to work with us. And in Abuja, we can collaborate with the Federal Minister of Environment and now be the next year ambassadors across the country. The workability, the possibility, I want to drop it on the table of our ESCO. Thank you very much, and congratulations on 2026 World Day. Thank you.
Thank you, my past chairman. We'll go straight to the next person. That's Engineer Oliver Uchechukwu Kefe, the Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abuja branch. And then we'll go over to this.
Thank you very much. I had to put on my video so you could see that I'm also putting on, I'm color compliant, you know.
Confirm.
I'm also putting on my green. So, my national chairman, I hope I'm being heard.
Yes.
Thank you. My national chairman, my friend and my brother, Engineer Chaos, I must say that you are doing wonderfully well. Let me acknowledge my brother and the chairman of NSC Maitama branch, the Dignity branch, indeed the #1 branch of the society as at today, evidentially so. The members of the high table, as I can see, members of the National Executive Council, members of the press, distinguished engineers, ladies and gentlemen. I must say that today is a very good day, and I commend the national executives of this august body for all they are doing. My contribution is, if you watch around our environment, a lot is going down south. A lot is going bad. Okay, so I was saying that a lot needs to be done in our environments, especially in the area of creating awareness. And so I want to bring it to this table, to this fora, to suggest that maybe through branches, maybe through the National Executive Council, there can be intermittent campaigns to enlighten our people on the far-reaching consequences of some of the actions we take on the environment. And I'm going to give an example. People drink water, they fling the empty bottle on the streets, they fling sachet water, empty sachet waters on the streets, not knowing that when 1, 2, 3, 4 flings like that indiscriminately, time comes and it accumulates, block our drainages, and cause a whole lot of havoc, right? So people oftentimes are not aware of the far-reaching consequences of their actions. And I am thinking that it should be the responsibility of this body to, partner with some relevant organizations to create awareness, take environment walk on the street occasionally. For World Environment Day like today, I mean, we could organize a walk, maybe in the evening, in the morning, or find the nearest Saturday, either pre or post the World Environment Day, and then organize an environment walk. where we walk on the streets, carry banners, find a way of creating awareness, probably gather hawkers, those that hawk granite, hawk sachet water, and find the right places to do this thing. And then maybe find a communique and deliver to organizations like Abuja Environmental Protection Board and equivalent agencies across the state. And so if it is to happen, I would suggest that the National Executive Committee can pick a day wherein the branches across the states can organize this kind of work concurrently. And so it will make a whole lot of impact, make noise about it, involve press, and shout on top of our voices so that people will know that we exist and that we don't just exist, we actually exist for impact. Let me not take so much of your time. I want to once again commend all of you for this well-packaged program. And on behalf of Abuja branch, I don't know if my chairman is in the room, but on behalf of Abuja branch, I want to say that we are willing at any time, at all times, to partner with this body to ensure that we have environmentally free and safe atmosphere in Nigeria. Thank you once again, and do have a wonderful celebration.
Thank you, Engineer Weaver. Thank you. Thank you. Really, really appreciate the good is coming from the high and mighty in the different branches in Abuja. I think we'll take the last president, Engineer Edith Ichiri. Please over to you for your contribution.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My chairman and very distinguished participants. I think my dressing said it all. My outfit does not reflect anything environment. And this is to show that in environment, we as the entities existing in the environment, we have so much to do. And if you look well, you see it's only my job tag that is green. That is also to show that I believe that we can do it. In form of protocol, I want to recognize my very able chairman, my brother and my friend, the national chairman of Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineering, Engineer Kaios Ikem. I have two of my chairmen there. Metama branch is here too. My chairman, good afternoon. The members of the top table, I have a very small screen, so I'm not seeing everybody clearly. Then friends and colleagues that are online, is a good day. My congratulations will go to the chairman for this well-articulated presentation. In fact, it's all-encompassing. Chairman, you have said it all. We have not been fair to the environment. Environment is every man's business. Government cannot do it alone. NGOs cannot do it alone. The private sectors cannot do it alone. It is every man's business. Keep your space healthy. It becomes disturbing sometimes you're driving. You see a private car, most times very big car. They will just fling bottle of empty PET bottle after taking the water or the drink. It goes a long way to explain our attitude and the level of our exposure. What am I trying to say? We need a campaign, a strong campaign. Like I said, it is everybody's business. We must keep our space healthy. Manufacturers should be taught to go by national policy. We have a policy on EPR, extended producers' responsibility. Government also should also try to look at other nations that have gotten it right. How did they go about it? How come that if you go to the street of Houston, Texas, you can't see a single pet bottle on the streets? And they're consuming more of this product more than we do. If it is sachet food, they eat more than we do, but you can't see it on their streets. So we have a whole lot to do. Without taking too much of our time, my chairman, congratulations. The grace of God is sufficient for you. I can see the fact you have this burden as if to turn everything overnight, and change how the environment looks. There's some space that if you visit, especially in our capital territory, we are supposed to be another London. You will not be able to drink water within the space, within the environment. So we have a whole lot to do. Thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful outing for this World Environmental Day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kumar. Thank you, my madam. So before Chairman actually comments, I think I will just also recognize the presence of some persons online, those who have been not recognized, and also some persons also we have on site. For online, I think when we're recognizing those online, Engineer Bridget have not joined. So please want to recognize Engineer Bridget Doshima. You're welcome to this program. And also online, we have Engineer Delegate, the Financial Secretary of Buhari Branch, and the Vice Chairman Niee. We also have Engineer Honor Brachi, a very long-standing member of the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, and then also some other persons here. Okay, sorry. Engineer Perez, sorry, I'm very, very sorry. Also, the next official of the NIE National, Engineer Perez Araki, you're welcome to this event. Please add either that will change the names of our device so that we can recognize first. So some persons actually have not done that. Our National Secretary is off. That doesn't want to comment from him, but it's off. So before our chairman responds to the contribution, I think we'll just take one or two questions from the press that we have here present so that our chairman can comment and then so on all together. For her question, I will invite Mrs. Abigail Joshua from the News Agency of Nigeria to ask her question.
So much. Mine is an observation on the Abuja highways, and not even highways alone. Let me just say the whole of Abuja. Of late, Abuja has been very, very dirty, smelly, stinking. Everywhere you see dustbin. In fact, even to this morning, as I was coming, you just found dustbin in place. Before you know it, you put dead somewhere that started growing as a dustbin. I don't know how your institute or your body is able to address or how you can come into this problem in Abuja town. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Abigail Joshua, for your observation and also contribution. I think Abuja is our home, no matter where you're from, you're based, you're now in Abuja, and we need to do what we need to do to ensure this place is safe and clean enough for us and also for our children. So I'll go back to the National Chairman for his comments and then response to most of the issues raised during the observation and discussion. Thank you, National Chairman.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate all the comments made here today. both those who are here present and those who are online. I will comment from the last question asked. Our comment can be summarized as asking, how do we as an institution help in waste management in Abuja? That she has observed our wastes are being not properly managed. Well, we as an institution is an advocate group that advocate for practices that help our environment, that advocate for sustainable environment and development. We have observed and we have taken some actions in the past. However, as you know, in Abuja, the major cities has managed by APB, has contractors who clean it up. It is the satellite town that we really have a mess. We understand that it is local governments that manage waste management. However, they are not doing it as good as the municipal. The cities are being done. So it's in our plan to engage the local governments. The point is that waste management demands a cost. And if the government are not committed to spend that money to manage our waste, it will be left in the hand of illiterates, the bababolas we know. My heart bleeds each time I pass and I see a bababola throwing waste into our water bodies. In a full public lane, and nobody challenges them. Nobody arrests them. Nobody queries them. I bet you the bababola knows what is really wrong. For those who think it's about awareness is good. But I tell you, there's no awareness better than enforcement. The best awareness is enforcement. And that is where we want to drag the government to do the needful. Because we are talking, we will do more awareness, but we need to really put our money where our mouth is. So we as an institution is going to be engaging with local governments because most of the lapses we observe is from their side. The waste management at our satellite cities is poor, very poor. And they expose us to a lot of health hazards. So we as an institution is going to step down and we are going to carry out community cleanup exercises to show them by action that this is wrong. And then to encourage government to show also the government agencies, relevant agencies, that this is the right thing to be done. But we are not going to do it alone. That's why the part of the engagement we are doing with them. We will engage with them and find out their challenges, their limitations, and find a way to work with them because it's not enough to point out a shortcoming. If you have a means of correction, solution, you should be part of it. Then on the area of the Abuja Vice Chairman spoke about readiness. He also spoke about the waste management thing and even displayed readiness for the branch to be part of a community action, a cleanup exercise. These are part of the collaborations we are looking forward to. We are ready to do that, and we are going to discuss further on that. I believe action speaks louder than words. We are going to pick up a community and commit to clean up that place. It will demand money. We will hire trucks because there are things you cannot do. Some of these things, you need equipment to even clean them up. You can't pick it with hands. So, but we are going to do it because we are ready to show that it is possible, that this drain line can be free of debts. And by the time we do it, we need to do it in this rainy season so that people will see with their own eyes what is causing flooding in their area. It's not lack of drainage, it's lack of functional drainage, which is caused by our human action. So by the time they experience a floodless rainy season, they will appreciate whatever we have done for them. So we're going to do that by God's grace. Then one of my past chairmen commented on area of seeing an overlap between the branches, activities, and the division. You see, for example, today we are celebrating World Environment Day. I can tell you, when I look online, I saw chemical division celebrating it, water division celebrating it, civil division celebrating it. I'm very happy. I am not jealous. I am happy that the awareness is growing because this is the first time I'm seeing, for example, civil celebrating it. So I am very happy. In fact, by next year, I expect petroleum. Okay, petroleum, I saw their chairman celebrating it. I expect mechanical division to celebrate it. I expect aero space division to celebrate it. I expect all the divisions, even procurement, facility. You see, the environment is for us all. The beauty of NIEE is a multidisciplinary division, meaning it's a home for all divisions, all disciplines of engineering, meaning all disciplines, all divisions can be part of this. In fact, this is the spirit behind our sending a memo to the NSC for a nationwide engineering celebration of World Environment Day. Because the consciousness of our environment is something every engineer, irrespective of your discipline and practice, need to have. So that at your planning level, you consider the environment. At your design level, you consider the environment. At your construction level, monitoring level, at your maintenance level, you consider the environment. If you're environmentally conscious and if you're a friend of the environment. Now, coming to branches, you see, we need more. The branches are meant to take care of engineers' interests at a particular location. The branches are meant to take care of welfare of their engineers, protect the dignity of engineering in their own jurisdiction and location. Why the divisions, the institutions are meant to promote and preserve a particular area of discipline or practice. Protect and promote the standards, protect and promote best practices in that area or discipline. When we promote our discipline, we're indirectly promoting the welfare of the practitioners. So sometimes there can be a positive overlap. It's welcome. In fact, we need more collaborations between the branches and the divisions, because each of these have their strengths. A branch has their own members. When they invite a division to come and deliver talk, or they do something jointly with the division will be able to promote what they are meant to promote. And the brand members will have the opportunity to gain an extra knowledge, information, and even capacity to even practice in that area. So we need more collaborations, and NIEE is ready to collaborate with any division, any branch of NS to carry out whether it's a community work, whether it's a seminar, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a training, so far as that promotes sustainable development and environment. We are ready and we are good to go. Then finally, on the suggestion made by one of the past chairmen concerning toilets in our public buildings. Oftentimes, suggestions, ideas have to be articulated into a form of a proposal for it to be implemented. A proposal will be able to try to bring up a proposal by either the promoter of that idea or the institution, if the institution buys it. A proposal will be able to state the objectives, the problem, to state the problem statements, then the solution, the objectives, and the viability of such proposal. It is a suggestion at this stage, and we as an institution has a committee, the Environmental Advocacy and Monitoring Committee. They will first of all look at this suggestion. It is this committee that will help, together with the person making the recommendation, to bring up a proposal for the institution to consider. It is this proposal that can translate into a project that we as an institution can undertake. So we are at the suggestion level. The committee is looking at it, and the committee will make their recommendation or bring up a proposal to the institution to consider before we can translate it into action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my national chairman. Please, for those joining online, we don't have our outreach, so we may not be able to chat out to us before now. But we're winding down. We'll actually come to the end of this program. I want to call on the National Secretary, Engineer Yusuf Majabagwe, for the vote of thanks and closing remarks. We were supposed to do the opening remark, but the next one came out. So I want to invite him for the vote of thanks and closing remark. Engineer Yusuf, please over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The National Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, here present, Engineer Akeyus Ekemeke COB, the past National Chairman here present, the executives here present. We want to really thank you so much. Our distinguished guest of honor here seated. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, the presence of the media is so important to us today because we need to create more traction in the society. We need to create more traction as a nation. Today, we are closing the World Environment Day press conference now, and we want us to move beyond words. Our team reminds us that urbanization without climate action is a risk we can no longer afford. The institution has had several programs, and I mean, we cannot appreciate all our members more, because you have all participated at all of these events, starting from the flag off by the Manchester chapter, all through the tree planting exercise by the Benin State chapter, the church service by the Makurdi chapter, the Oyo State chapter also. I mean, but all of our chapter chairmen for, always being on ground and ready to walk the talk. Let every engineer, every resident, and every institution take responsibility, not just the environment division, like our chairman has said. We also equally want to urge all the divisions, all the branches within the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and even institutions that are not engineering related. All hands must be on deck to ensure that we're able to plant more trees, we're able to clear our drains, we're able to upgrade the status of our public toilets for better sanitation. We're able to manage our water resources much better. We're able to achieve better policies for carbon neutrality. We're able to, speak up for climate. The time for statements has passed and the time for action is now. Thank you and happy World Environment Day. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you, National Secretary, for the vote of thanks. But before we go, so after now, we'll just take national anthem and then prayers, and then we'll have a little time to network. But before we do, I would want to recognize some persons that John, while the program was going on. I want to recognize the presence of Engineer Adeleke Shola, fellow Knights, the chairman, Nice Abuja chapter. Well, you're welcome. Maybe you have come earlier, you would have been part of the item, so sorry about. And then also I want to those online, Engineer Natsu, your presence is warmly recognized, and also Engineer Simeon, the vice chairman of the Abuja chapter, and also ESCO members that are here present, recognize you in okay. Okay, and then Engineer Doman, Doctor, we recognize your presence here. So without much ado,
Thank you, sir.
Come to the end of this event. I want to appreciate the National Vice Chairman and said, everyone for coming. And we also need to note that it doesn't stop here. The environmental World Environment Day program extends till the 9th of June. So we have programs every day by our different chapters all over the world. So please, we want you to please connect with us and let's continue to keep the environment clean. Let's keep the environment safe for us and also for future generation. Thank you and thank you again. Without much ado, can we just, if there's nothing else to be done, can we just go and take the national anthem again? National anthem. So we'll take the first stanza at the national anthem. 1, 2, go. Nigeria, we our own nation, those lights and tongues may be coming from who is Nigeria's home and proud to serve as glory for as the national freedom. O God of all creation, grant this our humble request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and the soul is and plenty. Thank you, everyone. This is that the program is over. Congratulations, everyone. Can still be seated.